Hialeah's mayor shows his support for Trump last night. Let's take a look.
We're here in Hialeah, Florida with the mayor of that very town, Mayor Esteban Bobo. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on One American News. You broke out your endorsement of President Donald J. Trump just moments off the stage up there, sir. What made you want to throw your support behind President Trump, and what made you unveil it here in your city when he was visiting you on the same night as the third GOP primary debate?
Well, there's a lot to unpack there, right? First and foremost, our city loves Donald Trump. The Cuban American community feels a sense of gratitude for his efforts to undermine all the Obama policies vis-a-vis Cuba, which for us was the biggest treasonable act that Obama could have done to us. So a lot of us feel very appreciative to the president about that. But we also have all watched with a lot of concern on how they never let him govern. You know, he got elected, duly elected, and from the very beginning, they casted shadows on him on Russian collusions and fake witch hunts, impeachments, and even after, they continue to try to get after him. And I think for us in this community that has seen socialism, seen communism, seen what they do to opposition parties, it rings loud with us. And I think that's why you're seeing so much enthusiasm here today.
People were lined up outside for this event, sir, the night before it happened, and the amount of how ethnically diverse the people here. You mentioned that the Cuban Americans feel a very deep-rooted sense of gratitude. That wasn't always the case. Cuban Americans used to, you know, it's a newfound gratitude towards President Trump. What about President Trump specifically draws Cuban Americans to his side?
Look, when was the last time we've seen a president actually do what he says he's going to do? He made a commitment to the Cuban American community in 2016 that he was going to work as an ally to see a free Cuba. He made that same commitment to the Venezuelan community and the Nicaraguan community. A majority of that lives here in Miami-Dade County and specifically in the city of Hialeah. But he didn't stop there. You know, he worked to improve the economy. He worked to make sure our NATO partners paid their fair share. You know, he moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. I mean, this guy said he was going to do something and did it. And I've had an opportunity to work with him in different capacities on transportation and other issues. And you know what? It's refreshing to see somebody who's a straight shooter. He doesn't need a lift from government. And that speaks to people here, you know? And that's why, for me to endorse him really is a fulfillment of a commitment. He's endorsed me twice. He's helped me twice in 2 different elections. And I feel the most appropriate thing to do is to return that support to my friend.
A lot of loyalty from you, sir. I wanted to ask, have you noticed a clear difference in your community from when Trump was president to the 2.5, 3 years that we've seen under President Joe Biden? Has there been a palpable difference that you felt in your community?
Yeah, first of all, the collapse of the border, we feel it in a city like Hialeah. You know, when people talk about the national picture and what immigration or illegal immigration does, it's cities that carry the brunt of that. We're the ones that take on we're in the trenches. So what have we seen by failed economic policy, a failed border policy? More people coming in, spiking our rent prices to historic levels here in the city, and that's dangerous. Now, while I haven't seen the homeless crisis that we've seen in other places, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist in a city that's never existed before. And that did not exist 4 years ago.
Mayor Bobo, we appreciate your time. Real quick before you go, what does it mean for you to see so many thousands of people descend upon Hialeah in such a patriotic way tonight?
Look, I'm looking forward to welcoming them here to the city of Hialeah. I'm looking forward to telling them a brief story about our city. We turn 100 years in 2 years. This is a blue-collar city through and through, from its very beginning to its moment today. We appreciate straight talkers. We appreciate men of action. And if there's one thing Donald Trump is, he's a man of action.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Mayor. Thank you so much for your time on One American News.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir.
For all our viewers asking where One American News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One American News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.